Have you ever felt like you're losing control of your life as you get older? Are you finding it harder to speak up, stay connected, or take care of your well-being? As the years go by, many people unknowingly fall into habits that make life more difficult, not easier. In this video, we're going to reveal 7 powerful changes that can help you take back control and lead a happier, healthier life in your senior years. By the end of this video, you'll learn how to stop living on autopilot, why isolation can be dangerous, and how neglecting your health could be costing you more than you think. Plus, we'll tackle some of the biggest myths about aging, like whether it's too late to start enjoying life or rekindling intimacy. Stick with us, because each of these 7 tips could be the key to unlocking a better, more fulfilling chapter of your life. If you want to regain your confidence, boost your happiness, and create new opportunities, you won't want to miss what's coming next. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. 1. Stop accepting everything without questioning. As you journey through the later stages of life, it's crucial to stop accepting everything people tell you without questioning it. Over time, many older adults may feel that it's easier to nod along, to simply agree with others, to avoid potential conflict or disruption. It might seem like a peaceful way to maintain harmony, but beneath the surface, this quiet compliance is slowly stripping away your voice, your agency, and, ultimately, your ability to control your own life. Every time you agree without hesitation, you are allowing someone else to decide what's best for you, as if your thoughts and feelings no longer hold weight. This behavior might seem harmless at the moment, a small price to pay for peace in daily interactions. But in the long run, it takes a deeper toll on your sense of self-worth and autonomy. Society often tries to impose the belief that reaching a certain age means your voice no longer matters as much, or that it's easier to just go with the flow and let others take charge. Yet, that couldn't be further from the truth. When you begin to believe that your opinions are less significant, you distance yourself from your own needs, dreams, and desires. You begin to lose touch with the very essence of who you are. This erosion of your identity can leave you feeling diminished, like a shadow of the person you once were. You deserve more. You've lived through decades of challenges, triumphs, lessons, and hard-earned wisdom. Every experience has shaped the person you are today, and that wisdom is invaluable. Why not use it to your advantage? Why silence yourself when your thoughts carry the power of a lifetime of insight? The more you allow yourself to agree without question, the more you chip away at your ability to stand up for yourself and to make decisions that align with your heart and mind. It's time to reclaim your voice, to trust your judgment, to speak up, and to challenge what doesn't sit right with you. Don't let others dictate the course of your life, especially when you have so much to offer and so much left to say. You have earned the right to your opinions and decisions, and you must start honoring them, even if it means facing difficult conversations. Choosing to question, to assert your thoughts and feelings, is not just an act of defiance. It's an act of self-respect, of safeguarding the autonomy and dignity that you've worked your entire life to preserve. 2. Stop isolating yourself socially. The second critical step toward living a fulfilling and healthy life as you age is to stop isolating yourself socially, even if the thought of it seems easier or more comfortable. As we grow older, it becomes all too common to withdraw from social interactions. You might feel more tired or think that you no longer have the energy to maintain friendships or participate in the social activities you once enjoyed. You may convince yourself that retreating into the comfort of your own company is the path of least resistance. However, what many don't realize is that social isolation can become one of the most insidious enemies of both mental and emotional health, especially in later years. When you begin to distance yourself from others, it may feel peaceful at first, a reprieve from the busyness and noise of the world. But gradually, loneliness starts to creep in, slowly taking up more space in your life. This isolation can be devastating, even if you don't notice its effects right away. It might start as a simple preference for quiet, but before you know it, that quiet becomes a prison of solitude. You might think you're protecting yourself from the exhaustion of socializing, but in reality, you're cutting yourself off from one of the most vital sources of joy, fulfillment, and mental stimulation: human connection. It's not just a feeling, it's science. Studies have shown time and time again that prolonged social isolation can lead to a host of negative outcomes, from emotional distress like depression and anxiety to serious physical health problems, including heart disease and even an increased risk of dementia. When you isolate yourself, you are not only distancing yourself from others but also depriving your brain of the social exchanges it needs to stay active, alert, and healthy. The human brain thrives on connection, on those little moments of shared laughter, meaningful conversation, and even the briefest of interactions. These connections are the sparks that keep your mind engaged and your spirit alive. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. And it's important to remember that staying connected isn't just about physically being in the same room as someone else. It's about truly engaging, allowing yourself to be open and vulnerable, to share your thoughts, feelings, and experiences with those around you. Whether it's with family members, old friends, or even new acquaintances, these interactions nourish your soul. It's tempting to think that as you age, it becomes more difficult to make new friends, or that many of your old companions may have passed away or drifted apart. But even if the social landscape of your life has changed, that doesn't mean you should resign yourself to a life of solitude. You are never too old to form new connections, and there are endless opportunities for you to do so. There are many ways to remain socially engaged, even if it feels like your circle has grown smaller. You can join community groups that align with your interests, whether it's a book club, a gardening group, or a volunteer organization. Participating in recreational activities, whether it's walking, attending fitness classes, or joining a local choir, can not only keep your body active but also foster meaningful social interactions. Hobbies that bring you joy can also introduce you to like-minded people, whether it's painting, writing, or even learning a new skill. And if physical distance from loved ones is an obstacle, technology offers an array of tools to help you stay connected. Video calls, messaging apps, and social media are all wonderful ways to maintain relationships, even across miles. It's not about how many people you interact with or how long those interactions last. Every connection, no matter how small or fleeting, brings profound benefits to your mental and emotional well-being. A simple conversation with a neighbor, a friendly exchange at the grocery store, or a quick phone call with a loved one can lift your spirits and remind you that you are part of a larger community. These small but significant moments of connection are what keep your mind sharp, your heart open, and your soul vibrant. If you've been avoiding people or social activities because it feels like too much effort, it's time to rethink that approach. Isolation may offer comfort in the short term, but in the long term, it erodes your joy, your sense of purpose, and your mental well-being. The solitude you once found peaceful may soon turn suffocating, and the loneliness that creeps in can be hard to shake once it takes root. But the good news is that it's never too late to reverse this pattern. You can always choose to reconnect, to re-engage with the world around you, and to open yourself up to the beauty of human interaction once more. The bonds we form with others are what make life meaningful, no matter our age. Social interaction is one of the best-kept secrets to healthy, happy aging. It enriches our lives in ways we can't always quantify. It keeps us grounded, offers us support when we need it most, and reminds us that we are never truly alone, even when life feels challenging or uncertain. The laughter shared with an old friend, the wisdom passed on from one generation to another, the warmth of a smile from a new acquaintance. These are the moments that make life worth living. So, if you've been pulling away from the people around you, if you've been choosing the comfort of isolation over the richness of connection, it's time to stop. Reclaim the joy of companionship. Let go of the fear that you don't have enough energy or that people won't understand you. The truth is, you have so much left to offer, and there are people out there who would be grateful to know you, to hear your stories, and to share in your journey. Don't let the quiet of isolation drown out the joy, love, and laughter that still surround you. You deserve to experience the fullness of life through the people around you. Embrace the connections that await you and remember that socializing isn't just about staying busy. It's about staying alive, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. 3. Stop neglecting your physical health. One of the most important things you can do as you age is to stop neglecting your physical health, no matter how tempting it may be to believe that it's too late to make meaningful changes. This mindset, often born from years of feeling like your body has already passed its prime, can become a dangerous excuse to avoid exercise, ignore proper nutrition, and even delay necessary medical appointments. The truth is that neglecting your physical health can rob you of years of vibrant, meaningful living. Regardless of your age, caring for your body is never something that loses its importance. It is, in fact, one of the most critical factors in maintaining a high quality of life as you grow older. Too often, people fall into the trap of thinking, "I'm too old for this," or "It doesn't matter anymore what I eat or if I exercise because I've already lived long enough." These thoughts, while seemingly harmless, are incredibly self-defeating. They lead to a gradual decline in not only your physical well-being but also your emotional and mental health. The truth is, science consistently shows that even small, positive changes in your daily routine, whether it's adding more nutritious foods to your diet or incorporating light exercise, can have a profound and lasting impact on how you feel. You might think it's too late to start now, but the human body has an amazing ability to heal, adapt, and improve at any age. Regular exercise, even if it's just something as simple as a daily walk, has countless benefits for your physical health. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights to make a difference. Light activities like stretching, walking, or yoga can improve your balance, strengthen your muscles, and enhance your flexibility. These improvements can help prevent the dreaded risk of falls, which are more common in older adults and can lead to serious injury. Beyond physical strength, regular movement keeps your joints lubricated, your blood flowing, and your mood elevated. Exercise releases endorphins, the body's natural mood enhancers, which means that staying active not only helps you physically but also boosts your emotional well-being. And let's talk about diet, another area where neglect often sets in. You may find yourself thinking that it's not worth changing your eating habits at this stage of life. But the truth is that what you eat now can significantly impact how you feel every day. A healthy, balanced diet can dramatically increase your daily energy levels, help manage or even prevent chronic conditions like diabetes and hypertension, and improve digestion, which often becomes more sluggish with age. What you eat fuels your body, and by making conscious choices, like incorporating more fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins into your meals, you can feel more energized, focused, and resilient. But the benefits of maintaining your physical health go far beyond the body. They extend deeply into your emotional and mental well-being. A healthy body lays the foundation for a more active and engaged mind. When you feel good physically, your mood brightens, your confidence soars, and you regain a sense of control over your life. You no longer feel as though your best days are behind you. Instead, you realize that you still have so much to look forward to, and so many moments yet to enjoy. Every small step you take toward better health, whether it's going for a walk, eating a nutritious meal, or even just getting enough sleep, reinforces that you are still capable of growth, improvement, and vitality. And there's something deeply empowering about knowing that by taking care of your body, you are giving yourself the chance to live with more freedom and joy in the years ahead. Imagine feeling stronger, more mobile, and more independent simply because you made the decision not to give up on your health. Imagine being able to keep up with your grandchildren, travel, or pursue hobbies you thought you no longer had the energy for, all because you refused to let your body deteriorate through neglect. Your body is the vessel that carries you through life. Just because you've reached a certain age doesn't mean you should let it fall by the wayside. On the contrary, now is the time to prioritize your physical health more than ever. By maintaining it, you're investing in your future, ensuring that the years ahead are filled with vitality, joy, and the ability to engage fully with the world around you. Aging doesn't mean you have to slow down. It means you need to be more mindful and more deliberate about how you care for yourself. Moreover, by taking control of your health now, you are sending a powerful message to yourself that you are still worth the effort. It's a message of self-love, of valuing the life that you've been given. Neglecting your body may seem easier at the moment, but it's a choice that can lead to feelings of helplessness, regret, and even isolation later on. Conversely, taking care of your physical health allows you to feel empowered, to reclaim your independence, and to live each day with a sense of purpose and vitality. It's never too late to start making changes. Whether it's through exercise, diet, or simply listening to your body's needs, every step you take towards improving your physical health has the potential to transform not only your body but your entire outlook on life. You don't need to run marathons, lift heavy weights, or completely overhaul your diet to see the benefits. Start small, with realistic goals that suit your lifestyle. Take that walk, eat that salad, drink more water, and get enough rest. Each of these small changes adds up to a healthier, happier, and more fulfilling life. Remember, your body has been with you through every experience, every challenge, every triumph. It has carried you this far. Now it's time to give it the care it deserves. By taking care of your physical health, you're ensuring that you'll continue to enjoy life, embrace opportunities, and share precious moments with the people you love. It's never too late to start caring for yourself, and the benefits will touch every part of your life: mind, body, and soul. 4. Stop living in the past. One of the most liberating changes you can make as you grow older is to stop living in the past. While it's perfectly natural to reflect on the important moments that have shaped your life, allowing those memories to dominate your present can become a barrier to truly experiencing the richness of the here and now. Later in life, it's all too easy to fall into the habit of clinging to the past, convincing yourself that the best years are behind you. But this way of thinking creates an emotional prison, one that prevents you from embracing the possibilities and joys that still lie ahead. The truth is, as long as you are alive, life still holds new experiences, new opportunities, and new reasons to wake up each morning with excitement and curiosity. It's not uncommon to find yourself dwelling on the people who have come and gone from your life, the opportunities you missed, or the decisions you wish you could go back and change. You might replay conversations, imagine different outcomes, or long for times when things felt simpler or more exciting. But the more you fixate on what has already happened, the more you lose sight of the most valuable thing you have, the present moment. Living in the past breeds feelings of frustration, regret, and sadness, emotions that can rob you of the joy and fulfillment that are available to you right now. It's a heavy burden to carry, constantly thinking about what could have been, and it blinds you to the beauty of what can be. The most important thing to realize is that the past is unchangeable. No matter how much you dwell on it, you can't alter what has already transpired. What you can change, however, is how you choose to live moving forward. Every day is a new opportunity to create stories, both big and small, that bring you joy, peace, and satisfaction. Imagine waking up each day with the mindset that your life is still unfolding, that there are still memories to be made, laughter to be shared, and moments of beauty to be experienced. You have the power to craft a future that is just as meaningful, if not more so, than the past you've left behind. It's all too common for people to reach a certain stage in life and believe that their time for adventure, growth, or excitement has passed. They tell themselves that the opportunities to do something new or exciting are no longer available and that the vibrant parts of life are reserved for the younger generation. But this perception couldn't be more mistaken. Life does not stop offering new experiences simply because you've reached a certain age. This stage of life can be one of the most liberating because now you have the wisdom to appreciate moments more deeply, savor the little things, and fully embrace what life has to offer without the distractions of youth. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Opportunities for growth, joy, and fulfillment continue to present themselves, sometimes in subtle ways, sometimes in unexpected forms. You can discover new hobbies that ignite your passion, learn new skills that challenge your mind, or even form new friendships that enrich your emotional world. There is no expiration date on living fully. Whether it's picking up a paintbrush for the first time, learning a new language, volunteering for a cause that moves your heart, or even taking a trip to a place you've always wanted to visit, the world is still full of possibilities waiting for you to explore. Every sunrise offers a new chance to experience something fresh and invigorating, but you must be willing to step out of the shadow of the past and step into the light of the present. The past certainly has its place. It holds the memories that shaped you, the lessons you've learned, and the experiences that made you who you are today. But the danger comes when you allow those memories to take up too much space in your mind, leaving little room for the present or the future. The more you dwell on what has been, the less you can appreciate the gifts that are unfolding in the here and now. Don't allow the comfort of nostalgia to lull you into a life of stagnation. You deserve more than just memories. You deserve to continue creating new ones. Living in the past can create a false sense of comfort, where you retreat into a world that feels familiar and safe, but this comfort is ultimately deceptive. The past cannot offer you the fulfillment you seek because it is no longer real. It is a shadow of what was. What is real is the moment you are living in now, the potential for happiness, growth, and connection that exists in your current reality. By anchoring yourself in the past, you are missing out on the opportunities that are right in front of you. Opportunities to love, to laugh, to grow, and to live fully. It's time to release the grip that the past has on you. That doesn't mean forgetting or devaluing the moments that mattered to you, but it does mean putting them in their rightful place. Let the past be a teacher, a source of wisdom and reflection, but not the ruler of your life. Focus on the here and now, on what you can do to make this chapter of your life just as meaningful and fulfilling as any other. You are not defined by what has happened, but by how you choose to move forward. Open yourself up to the present and the future. Each day, remind yourself that your story is still being written and that you have the pen in your hand. By letting go of the need to live in the past, you open the door to new beginnings, to moments of joy that you have yet to experience. Don't let the weight of what was holding you back from all that can be. Your life is a journey that continues to unfold, and there are still many beautiful destinations ahead. So, if you've been holding on too tightly to the memories of what has already passed, it's time to loosen your grip. Embrace the possibilities that lie before you, and allow yourself to be fully present in this moment. You deserve to enjoy every bit of life, not just what has already been, but what is still to come. 5. Stop sacrificing yourself for others. The fifth and perhaps most difficult change to embrace is to stop sacrificing yourself for others at the expense of your happiness and well-being. For those who have spent their lives in caregiving roles, whether as parents, grandparents, or the family member everyone depends on, this behavior may seem noble, even necessary. You've been taught that taking care of others is a mark of love and that putting their needs first is a sign of strength and selflessness. But the hard truth is that this constant self-sacrifice often leads to a life of exhaustion, unfulfilled dreams, and unspoken resentment. Worse yet, it can also lead to a situation where the people you care for start taking advantage of your generosity, allowing your needs to be pushed aside without a second thought. You've spent years, possibly even decades, caring for others, making sure that your children, grandchildren, or even your spouse and extended family had everything they needed. You gave up your dreams, your time, and sometimes even your health to make sure their lives were easier. But now, in your later years, it's time to face an uncomfortable but liberating truth. Enough is enough. You cannot continue neglecting yourself just to make others happy. The harsh reality is that while you continue to sacrifice, many of those you've helped may be living their lives comfortably, often without making the effort to reciprocate or acknowledge the toll their reliance on you has taken. It's difficult to admit, but over time, this cycle of self-sacrifice can breed feelings of resentment. You start to realize that despite all the years you spent putting everyone else's needs before your own, you didn't receive the appreciation, recognition, or support you expected or deserved. You may find yourself wondering, where is the gratitude? Why am I the one who is always giving, while no one offers me a break? This unbalanced exchange not only drains your emotional and physical reserves but also leaves you feeling undervalued, as if your worth is only tied to how much you can do for others. If you continue down this path of self-sacrifice, the consequences are not just emotional. Over time, The constant burden of putting others first can leave you completely depleted, physically, mentally, and spiritually. You may find yourself feeling burned out, exhausted, and even resentful toward the very people you love. This resentment can poison your relationships, turning what was once an act of love into an act of duty, and ultimately, a source of frustration. If you're not careful, you might wake up one day and realize that you've spent your entire life giving and have nothing left for yourself. It's time to break this destructive cycle. While it may seem controversial, or even selfish, the truth is that you can and should put your own needs first. It's essential for your well-being. You've spent a lifetime ensuring that others were taken care of. Now it's your turn. The idea that you should always put others before yourself is not only outdated but also unsustainable. Your happiness and health are just as important as anyone else's, and it's time to start treating them that way. You might feel guilty at first, as if prioritizing yourself means abandoning the people you love. But ask yourself this: who will take care of you if you don't? The reality is that no one will look after your needs as well as you can. You owe it to yourself to prioritize your happiness, your health, and your well-being. Letting others handle their responsibilities is not a betrayal. It's an act of self-preservation. It's important to understand that by taking care of yourself, you're not only improving your own life, but you're also teaching others how to respect your boundaries. When you constantly sacrifice yourself for others, you unknowingly teach them to take your efforts for granted. But by stepping back and allowing them to take responsibility for their own lives, you're empowering them to grow and become more self-sufficient. This doesn't mean cutting off your love or support. It means striking a balance, where you can still be there for your loved ones without compromising your well-being. Imagine the freedom that comes from no longer being tied to the expectations and demands of others. Instead of being weighed down by the burden of constantly giving, you'll have the time and energy to focus on your happiness. You can rediscover hobbies, pursue passions you've put on hold, or simply enjoy moments of peace without the pressure of constantly caring for someone else. This is your time to nurture your desires, dreams, and well-being. By making this shift, you'll likely notice that your relationships will improve, too. When you're no longer feeling drained or resentful, you'll be able to engage with your loved ones in a more positive, fulfilling way. You'll have more to offer, not in terms of tasks or sacrifices, but in terms of emotional presence, joy, and connection. Instead of feeling like a martyr, you'll feel like an equal participant in the relationships that matter most to you. It's time to let go of the idea that self-sacrifice is the ultimate act of love. True love, whether for others or yourself, comes from a place of balance. It's about giving what you can without depleting yourself. It's about recognizing that your happiness is just as important as the happiness of those around you. The healthiest relationships are those where both parties support each other without one person always being the giver. So, stop neglecting your own needs. Start putting yourself first, because you deserve it. Let others take responsibility for their own lives and learn to stand on their own 2 feet. By doing so, you'll free yourself from the exhausting cycle of sacrifice and reclaim the joy, energy, and fulfillment that you've so generously given to others for so many years. Now is the time to take care of yourself, to nurture your dreams, and to live the life you've always deserved. 6. Stop ignoring your physical and emotional limits. The 6th essential step in taking care of yourself as you age is to stop ignoring your physical and emotional limits out of fear of appearing weak or incapable. Many people, particularly in their later years, feel overwhelming pressure to prove that they can still do everything they used to. The thought of admitting that you can no longer handle certain tasks or that your energy has shifted can feel like a bitter pill to swallow. But the truth is, recognizing and respecting your limits is not a sign of weakness. It's an act of wisdom and self-care. Ignoring those limits, on the other hand, can have serious consequences for your health and well-being. There's a deeply ingrained belief in our society that admitting to physical or emotional limitations is akin to admitting defeat. This mentality is especially prevalent among older adults who have always prided themselves on their strength, resilience, and independence. You might think that pushing through the pain, exhaustion, or emotional fatigue is a way of proving to yourself, and to others, that you're still as capable as you were in your younger years. But this mindset is not only dangerous, it can be harmful in the long run. By attempting to live as you did when you were younger, whether that's lifting heavy objects, working long hours without rest, or ignoring the signs of emotional burnout, you are forcing your body and mind to confront barriers that now need to be respected. You may no longer have the same physical resilience or mental stamina that you once did, and that's not something to be ashamed of. Time passes for everyone, and the reality is that our bodies and minds change with age. Ignoring these changes, pretending they don't exist, or pushing yourself to the limit can lead to serious injuries, chronic health conditions, or even emotional breakdowns. It's common for people to end up hurting themselves, physically or emotionally, because they try to deny the inevitable changes that come with age. They carry heavy items despite feeling a twinge in their back, or they push through emotional exhaustion, telling themselves to just keep going as they did in their younger years. But this refusal to acknowledge your limits doesn't make you stronger. It puts you at risk of injury, burnout, and even long-term health complications. Continuing to live as though your body is still 30 or 40 years old can lead to dangerous situations, especially when you don't take into account the natural changes your body has undergone. The most common mistake older adults make is thinking that acknowledging their limits is the same as giving up, when in fact it's the exact opposite. Understanding your limits and respecting them is a sign of wisdom and strength. It means you've come to understand yourself deeply. You know what your body and mind are capable of, and you adjust your life accordingly. This doesn't mean you stop doing the things you love or abandon the activities that bring you joy. Instead, it means you adapt those activities to suit your current reality, ensuring that you can continue enjoying life without pushing yourself beyond what is safe or healthy. Knowing your limits doesn't mean retreating into a life of inactivity or avoidance. It means approaching your daily life with mindfulness, with an awareness of your physical and emotional boundaries. It's about recognizing when it's time to rest, when it's time to ask for help, and when it's time to say, "This is enough for today." By doing so, you are not only preventing injuries and emotional fatigue, but you are also preserving your energy for the things that truly matter. You are giving yourself the best possible chance to enjoy life fully, without the added stress of constantly pushing yourself to the edge. One of the most profound acts of self-respect is knowing when to say no. When you honor your limits, you are sending a message to yourself and others that your well-being matters. You're acknowledging that your health, your energy, and your emotional balance are worth protecting. This is not a defeat, but an act of care and empowerment. It allows you to focus on what brings you joy and fulfillment, rather than wasting your energy on things that no longer serve you. It's important to understand that adapting to your limits is not about giving up, but about continuing to engage with life in a way that suits your current stage. This might mean adjusting how you exercise, by swapping high-impact workouts for gentler, more sustainable forms of movement like yoga or swimming. It might mean delegating more physical tasks to others or taking more frequent breaks during the day to avoid exhaustion. It could also mean recognizing when emotional stress is building and finding healthy ways to decompress, whether through mindfulness practices, therapy, or simply spending time in nature. Emotionally, respecting your limits is just as crucial as recognizing physical boundaries. Ignoring emotional fatigue can be just as harmful as ignoring physical pain. You might feel compelled to maintain a busy social life, take on responsibilities for others, or keep up appearances of strength. But the truth is that emotional exhaustion can take a toll on your overall well-being, leading to feelings of overwhelm, anxiety, or depression. Just as your body needs rest, so too does your mind. It's important to take time for yourself, to recharge emotionally, and to engage in activities that bring peace and balance to your inner world. By acknowledging your emotional limits, you create space for self-compassion. You allow yourself the grace to step back when needed, to say no to commitments that drain you, and to seek support when life becomes overwhelming. This doesn't mean isolating yourself or avoiding challenges. It means recognizing that your emotional resources are finite and that it's okay to protect them. The most important thing to remember is that knowing your limits is not a sign of weakness but of profound self-awareness. It shows that you've lived long enough to understand that pushing yourself too far does more harm than good. It demonstrates that you value yourself enough to care for your body and mind in a way that promotes long-term health and happiness. 7. Stop avoiding sexual relationships. The seventh essential point is to stop avoiding sexual relationships, especially if you've convinced yourself that you're too old or that sex is no longer for you. This is one of the biggest myths surrounding aging, and it's time to debunk it once and for all. Sexuality has no expiration date, and your sexual desires are just as valid and important now as they were at any other point in your life. Intimacy, connection, and physical pleasure can and should be embraced at any stage of life, including in your later years. Unfortunately, many older adults, often out of fear, shame, or societal pressure, end up neglecting this deeply important area of life. But sex, when lived in a healthy and fulfilling way, remains a profound source of pleasure, emotional connection, and overall well-being, even in advanced age. One of the greatest barriers to enjoying sexual relationships in later life is the prejudice and misconceptions that surround sexuality in older adults, both from society and from within. There is a misguided belief that sex is something reserved only for the young, as if it were a fleeting privilege that is taken away as the years go by. This could not be further from the truth. In reality, sexual relationships often gain even greater depth and meaning as we age. Physical intimacy becomes more than just a physical act. It becomes a way to experience profound connection, feel close to someone, and build emotional bonds that are vital to a high quality of life. These moments of contact, of feeling loved and desired, are even more precious in older age when emotional connections can provide a strong sense of purpose and fulfillment. One common concern that keeps many older adults from embracing their sexuality is the natural physical changes that occur with aging. You may worry that your body doesn't function the way it once did, that your stamina isn't what it used to be, or that you can't meet outdated expectations of sexual performance. It's perfectly normal for the body to change with age, and it's equally important to recognize that those changes don't mean the end of pleasure. On the contrary, these changes offer an opportunity to explore new ways of experiencing intimacy, free from the pressures and expectations that may have been present in your younger years. Instead of feeling confined by old standards, this is the perfect time to approach your sexuality with a sense of openness, curiosity, and self-acceptance. As an older adult, you've accumulated years of experience and wisdom, which can make your sexual experiences richer, more thoughtful, and more deeply connected. Without the societal pressures that often surround sex in youth, you have the freedom to explore what feels good for you and your partner, to communicate more openly, and to enjoy intimacy without the constraints of outdated norms. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. It's also important to understand that sex isn't just about physical pleasure. It has far-reaching benefits for both your mental and physical health. Research shows that maintaining an active sex life can boost mental health, strengthen your immune system, and even reduce the risk of heart disease. The production of hormones like endorphins and oxytocin during sex helps to relieve stress, improve mood, and promote an overall sense of well-being. By avoiding sexual relationships, you might be unknowingly depriving yourself of one of the most powerful natural remedies for both your emotional and physical health. For many, the fear of judgment or the stigma attached to sex in older age can lead to avoidance. But embracing your sexuality in later years can be one of the most liberating experiences of your life. You no longer have to conform to anyone's expectations but your own. You can find what works for you and your partner, whether that means exploring new forms of intimacy or simply taking time to rediscover the pleasure of being close to someone. Of course, everyone's journey with sexuality is unique, and there is no one-size-fits-all approach to intimacy in older age. The most important thing is that you feel comfortable, happy, and fulfilled with whatever choices you make regarding your sex life. If desire is still part of your life, don't let age or societal prejudices suppress it. If you have concerns, it's important to seek out accurate information, speak openly with your partner, and consult with health professionals when needed. These steps can help ensure that sex remains a joyful and satisfying part of your life, regardless of age. Many healthcare providers are now recognizing the importance of addressing sexual health in older adults. If you experience any physical issues, such as changes in libido, discomfort during intimacy, or erectile dysfunction, know that there are numerous treatments and strategies available to help you maintain a healthy and active sex life. Open communication with your doctor can lead to solutions that allow you to continue enjoying intimacy without the frustration of physical limitations. Remember that life doesn't stop just because the years are passing by, and pleasure, in all its forms, doesn't have to stop either. The truth is, the emotional and physical benefits of intimacy are just as crucial now as they were in your younger years, if not more so. You deserve to experience connection, love, and physical pleasure, and there is no reason to shy away from this important part of your well-being. As we come to the end of this journey through these important lessons, we hope that you've gained valuable insights into how you can live a more fulfilling, balanced, and joyful life in your later years. Now, we'd love to hear from you. What have you learned so far? Take a moment to reflect and share in the comments below. What's one thing you've learned today that you plan to put into practice in your life? Your wisdom and experiences matter, and we encourage you to be part of the conversation. Let's continue to grow, learn, and support each other in this beautiful stage of life. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.